who is a presenter, very popular, but he gave his life to Christ. Why? Because we kept on praying for him. Let's continue praying for our spouses. Even if, like Pastor said, something that you have learned throughout, even if you don't see those things happening right now, it doesn't mean that it will never happen. Continue praying. Yes. Someday those things will start manifesting. Yes. God doesn't work like a magician. He takes his time to work on us. So let's understand him this way, because in his time he makes all things beautiful. He will make your marriage beautiful. Amen. He will make sure that everything that he has said concerning your life, concerning your wife, concerning your spouse, everything will come to pass. Amen. You are not living with an angel. You are living with a human being on planet Earth who has weaknesses and shortcomings. Whether you like it or not, someday those weaknesses will show up. There is something about Jacob that I know. When God, when there was this wrestling match going on in the life of Jacob, the Bible said that the angel of God wrestled with him and everything was over. Apparently what happened was that God took all the bad things out of the life of Jacob and then he put new things there. But with time, when you go to other part of the Bible, his name was changed. But the Bible says something, said that and Israel strengthened himself. And sometimes it says that and Jacob. So what that meant was that even though Jacob had been changed, somewhere along the line, the human nature comes up. And that is the thing. That is why sometimes you don't understand your husband or your wife. You had a great time this morning. You prayed together, you studied the Bible together. He even bought you a parcel. Then sometimes you come out there, what do you mean? Do you think you are the only woman in the world? They say, but this one we had a great time. What is going on? Around that time, Israel was operating. And now Jacob has just come out. It's going to be like this until Jesus Christ comes to rapture us. And we must try to understand these things. If we don't understand them, we will make mistakes. So sometimes it's good to ask your wife or your husband, are you Jacob or you are Israel? Praise the Lord. That helps. Now look at Abraham. When he gave these things to his wife, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm talking about. Right? But when he did these things to the family, the Bible says that something happened. The first thing, God said, because I know him, I'll give him a name. Second one, he said that I'll make him great and give him a mighty nation. You see, anytime we bring our family in order, like I said earlier, God will give us room to operate. Amen. When you even look at the church, when God brings us up to a certain level, and when God does some years ago, I speak with experience. We've been in ministry for a very long time. Years ago, we had this sister who came to our church from a different church. Around that time, I thought we were competing with other people. So when the sister came from that church, I was so happy. And we wanted to know what was happening. And indeed, the sister told us everything. Oh, in that church, that pastor, he's not a good pastor. He has done this, he has done that. And we were happy. Because his church was going down. At least one person had come to join us. And then not very long, I don't know whether I offended her or somebody offended her. She left our church and went back to that place where she came from. And guess what? She said everything about us to that person. And I remember when that sister left the church, she knocked up our heads together. But my assistant pastor had problems with me. I had problems with him. This other person had, that time the church, we were just about 12. And then the church